I'm Keith Bilous, and I'm live in the lab, and I created Truthbox. So when I set out to build the Business Athlete Performance Lab earlier this year, my goal was to roll up the old sleeves, bring some philosophies of business performance all together, and see what I could create. Well, in the lab, it became very clear as Roland and I were digging around generative AI, it's actually and absolutely changed the game with content creation. How do I know? Because I know content. I built an entire moderation company in the past, managing and moderating social media content. Before really people were thinking about moderating or managing social media content, we were doing it back in the early days of the 2000s. Now, today, after a decade of social media content generation, the world, well, we all know the impact and the effects of the challenges of content moderation. Well, I'm telling you, we all know, or do we? But we ain't seen nothing yet. Wow, what we can create here in the lab with AI and what's happening around us that I can see, and I've been talking to people, we have not seen anything yet. Now, I pride myself with seeing into the future, which is why I'm getting into this camera to speak to all of you. You know, in 2014, really in the middle of our tenure at ICUC, 5 years before the pandemic, I wrote a blog post asking why more people weren't working remotely, why we weren't using the internet to its full advantage and meeting virtually and growing businesses and building relationships virtually. Well, I've seen the future twice before when we started ICUC and we saw the remote workforce. I'm really confident that I'm seeing it again with AI. And what I'm also seeing, like the rise of social media, is a continued rise of fake content, fake news. And everything will be questioned. All truth will be questioned. And it's not so much we'll be questioning the truth, but we'll be questioning whether the truth is coming from the authentic source. Now, I'm not trying to get in front of you all today to throw conspiracy theories or think anything other than what it is. I can see what is coming, this tsunami of content, and it worries me. And if I can see how quickly myself and Roland can create content in this lab and distribute it and change narratives and use it for good, I can see how it can be used for bad, which leads us to problems that are absolutely coming. How do we as consumers know that we're getting authentic content from the source? Are we always going to rely on the blue fake checkmark or the blue checkmark? How do we control a narrative in a sea of fake and real content? So when I set out to create Truthbox, we set out to solve a problem that is, and I can guarantee you will slowly grow out of control. And that is a world of fake content, fake information, and a loss of control of a narrative. Questioning truth, questioning headlines, questioning the truth will be one thing, but questioning whether it is an authentic truth, entirely different thing altogether. In less than 2 years, 95% of the content on the internet, experts predict, will be generated by AI. So in a world that is mostly generated by AI, what is real? What headline is real? Are we going to read the news if the headline says one thing? Now, we're coming upon the first AI elections in Canada, United States, other parts of the world. All of this worries me. So as we sat back in the lab over the last few months creating and building, it became very, very apparent that the world's not ready for the abundance of AI-generated content. We're all talking about it. We're all playing with it. We're all creating it because I can see it happening around us. And those that aren't, well, we're observing and listening and paying attention and curiously wondering, well, is it real? Is it really going to happen? But it won't take long before we're questioning what is real and what's not real. Am I real? What is fake? What's not fake? We'll be questioning what is authentic. We'll be questioning where it came from. In a world of fake content, your truth is not just a statement. It will become your mission. And it's a mission that Truthbox aims to take on. It is something we aim to build our business on top of. So at Truthbox, we monitor the world in real time. We protect your truth, your brand, your narrative, your brand story. And then we're going to guard it with unwavering accuracy. And when required, we will defend and protect your brand and your narrative with AI-enhanced human beings. So when news breaks, we immediately, instantly create, distribute, authenticate your voice, your content, your truth, so you can control the narrative before someone else does. We live in a world today where narratives are often formed by someone else, not from the original source. Truthbox aims to change that, giving you the confidence that when you receive information from Truthbox or a Truthbox-enabled customer, you know it is authentic and it is immutable. The role of Truthbox is not to displace or dismiss journalism, third-party organizations, investigating, delivering the news. As a matter of fact, I believe great investigative journalism is going to be more important than ever to find the truth within the news. But our role at Truthbox is to give those journalists and to give you, the public, the truth, the narrative from the horse's mouth, not from a fake or from a blue check mark. So if what I have said has caused you to pause, ask your own questions, perhaps disagreeing with me, well, let's chat. If what I have said has caused you to pause, become curious, worry you, let's chat. If what I have said has forced you to consider solving this problem with me, I welcome you to the table. Let's chat. Your truth is only truth if it's from you. From you. I'm Keith Bilous. I'm from the Business Athlete Performance Lab, from Live in the Lab, and I'm the guy who created Truthbox.